There's always a discussion about what's the best main Sonic game. Could it be Sonic 3? Yes, it is. Could it be Sonic Adventure 2? Yes, it is. I don't know, but what it is assured is that the conversation will turn into a lot of screeching. But I feel like we're ignoring a big part of this conversation. The spin-off games. Now, spin-off games are games that are separated from the mainline setting or overarching story. They usually go for a different type of gameplay to appeal to a different type of player who may or may not have interest in the main series. Now, just like Mario, Sonic has tried his hand at different genres before. We had, of course, racing games, different types of racing games, sports games, puzzle games, RPGs, you name it. But that brings up a question. What is the best Sonic spin-off game? Could it be Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed? While it is pretty fun, it's kinda disappointing for me that they already had a unique style of racing Sonic games with riders, so switching back to generic karts is a step back for me. Maybe Sonic and Mario the Olympic Games? It is a fun game, but I usually just put it down after an hour or two. Maybe Sonic Shuffle? Probably not Sonic Shuffle. But for me, the best Sonic spin-off game has to be this one. Sonic Battle. Sonic Battle is a nice little oddity for the Sonic franchise. While the series delved into the fighting genre before, this was the first time it was tackled in this way. Developed by Sonic Team and released in 2003 for the Game Boy Advance, Sonic Battle is a 2D fighting game set in 3D arenas where Sonic and his friends beat each other up in a very fun and addictive style of gameplay. Each round, the characters are thrown into one of the many arenas to battle 1v1, 2v2, 1v3, or full-on free-for-all brawl. The main objective is, of course, win by either scoring a set number of KOs, defeating your opponent a set number of times, or by having the most points till the time runs out. Now, this being the Sonic franchise, we have a very rich roster of characters. We of course have Sonic, but we also have classics like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, but then we got awesome at the time newcomers like Rouge, Shadow, Gamma, and freaking Chaos. This really felt like a Sonic Adventure Christmas. Each character controls basically the same, with some differences. They all have the same basic combos, but what separates them all are their abilities and moves. Some characters can run at high speed, some can double jump, some can fly, some can glide. All the moves you expect them to have are greatly represented here. Each character has a shot attack, a range attack that can be fired in all directions, a power attack, basically the character's main damage dealer, and a trap attack, not that, where they can lay down or up an object that will cause a lot of ouchies. All of these different combinations of attack make for a very entertaining and rich experience with each fight. Whatever skill option you choose, the attack will change their look but retain their basic function. The game also has a healing/blocking system. If timed correctly, you can completely block your opponent's attack, leaving them open for a counter. If you hold the block button, you will then perform a healing technique? Most characters suck at this, as it takes a long time to heal up a good amount. Now, each time you block an attack, you'll notice that their special bar starts to fill. Once you got it completely full, the next time you perform a special attack, it'll be a one-hit kill. However, depending on your opponent's chosen skill options, they may or may not automatically block the super attack. If your opponent manages to block it, their special bar will be instantly filled. As for the graphics, they look good enough for the GBA. The arenas can be a bit boring at times as they are basically just mirror stages, but they do the job well enough. Now for the character graphics, all of the cast looks wonderful. The sprite work is absolutely stunning. Especially when it comes to Shadow, it just adds another layer of personality seeing his moves in action, and not just generic TP kick. No, here his moves are more elegant, quick, and sometimes chaotic. All of the characters look so full of life and personality. I love it. And you're gonna need that to feel when they go crashing against the wall. But not all is fighting, as this game actually has a pretty huge story mode. Each character has an exclusive episode with little bits of the main story unfolding with each one. Since the story is divided in episodes, we do get a lot of great interactions between different characters that aren't just Sonic. We get a lot of time with Rouge, we get a lot of time with Knuckles, etc., and it's great. The story progresses through text, so it's a nice and easy way to work some good dialogue between all these characters. This is a concept I dearly miss from the Sonic games. Remember when the friends were there to give more depth and not just to be trophies? You'll get your time in the Sonic gameplays, I'm sure of it. Now for the story mode gameplay, we roam around several hub worlds trying to complete objectives, which in this case are all fighting. Go to this place, talk to this guy, beat this guy 10 times. It's nice to see different places, and they are not too big either, so navigation is quite easy. The hubs include Emerald Town, Holy Summit, Central City, Night Babylon, and Gimme Shelter. Not all characters can go to these places though, some are just locked to a specific character's story mode. Now, the story itself introduces a new character and one of the main mechanics of the game. Meet Emerald. Emerald's a Giesel robot, unearthed by Gerald Robotnik. Yes, the same scientist who created Shadow. It's an ancient robot capable of learning from others. Once a link is established, of course. Emerald is the main focus of the plot. You will be seeing him in all the stories, so you'll have good interaction between all the characters and this little bot. Emerald is powered by the Chaos Emeralds, which are all green in this game for some reason. Fighting alongside Emerald and obtaining the emeralds will allow you to upgrade him. The more you battle, the more skill points and abilities you'll have. This is the main mechanic that complements all the fighting. You just have to upgrade that robot, give it the best skills, and try creating your own combination of moves. Maybe have Amy's Jab, Chaos's Whip, and Shadow's Blast. The possibilities are endless. As long as you grind like a madman. This isn't all exactly. Plot-wise, the more emeralds you collect, the more alive Emerald becomes. Starting as a full-on mute and slowly growing into a mishmash of all the characters. I'm not gonna lie, you'll get attached. This character's growth is pretty nice to see. Back to the story, Emerald is found and dumped by Eggman after he can't figure out how to make him work. Sonic finds Emerald on a beach and establishes a link with Sonic, becoming its master. Not like that. After that, Emerald gets passed around like a blunt, going from Sonic to Tails to Knuckles to Amy and so on. Tails discovers that Emerald is actually an ancient weapon, not just a learning robot. And once all the emeralds are obtained, Emerald will awaken his true power. This is what Eggman wanted, but after realizing that he fucked up, he sends out his 5 bots, robots created using Emerald's data. They're basically grey emeralds with movesets from other characters. One of the robots that Eggman sends is Gamma. Well, not Gamma. This is actually Chaos Gamma, a new and upgraded version of our old friend from Adventure. You see, links to old games, that's what I miss. The rest of the story is Emerald learning from each character you control. Sometimes in the story mode, you get to use both Emerald and the episode's character. The more you go, the more it grows in other characters as well. Sonic begins seeing him as a friend, Cream gets super attached and sees him as her best friend, and you can actually teach her how to battle. Take it easy on me? Sure. And Shadow eventually recognizes it as a sequel. Everyone grows to love this bot. But it all boils down to the final story, the Emerald episode, which I will not talk about. You have to experience this yourself. But I will tell you, this is one of the best and more tragic Sonic stories out there. This plot was treated seriously, for the most part. And it really shows here. Sometimes it gets a bit too, should I say, edgy? But it's not too often, and after you hear Emerald's views at the end of the game, you can't help but feel saddened. This game ends in a bittersweet note, and the aftermath of the events, while not affecting the mainline game stories, it has implications in other games and media, such as Sonic Advance 3 and the IDW comics. Now, not everything is good about the game. I do have some gripes. While the gameplay is easy to learn for everyone, you can easily just chip your way through the fights. Maybe just spam the skill button or keep ricocheting your opponent on walls, you can't go wrong. Upon completing an episode, you might get a message saying that you unlocked some minigame. Well, let me tell you, all of those minigames suck. Most of them you cannot play alone, and sorry, but my list of friends with GBAs is running a little dry now. And the only one you can play on your own is just friggin' Minesweeper with Knuckles. And they really botched this one in a massive way. There's no way of quitting the game. You literally have to restart the whole game to escape this prison. Absolutely atrocious. Also, I don't know what the hell happened to the Chaos Emeralds, as it seems they're all fucking shattered. Most of the 5 robots are powered by emerald shards, objects which you can obtain after defeating them. Get 5 of them and you can create a Chaos Emerald. Excuse me, what the fuck? Sometimes, well, a lot of times, the story feels like it's just dragging on. When you encounter, hell, almost anyone, you'll have to fight him and beat him 5 times. Then they get serious and you have to fight him again. This time you have to beat him 10 times. It gets really repetitive. And again, this happens a lot. This might put off a lot of people, but it didn't affect me a lot since the gameplay is quite nice and enjoyable. I can't finish talking about Sonic Battle without mentioning the strange soundtrack. Composed by Tatsuyuki Maeda, Kenichi Tokoi, and Hideaki Kobayashi. Pros of being with the company for a long time. The grungy sound reminds me of something that could be on the Genesis. These metallic, screechy guitar riffs are pretty sick. They do like to play with other styles, like with Rouge's theme. Also, I just can't finish talking about this game without mentioning the absolutely sick art style. The art was handled by Hisanobu Kametani, an artist most recognized for illustrating trading card games. Somehow he was in charge of the artwork for the game, and let me tell you, he was the right choice for this game. All of the characters have a more sharper design, with simpler color shading and without circles. All of this artwork is done with straight lines to create this sharp effect. I absolutely love this art style, so much so that I've been actually messing around with it myself, putting together a new roster for a never-going-to-happen Sonic Battle 2. Sadly, the only way to play this game is on GBA, and it looks like it'll be that way forever. While we have portable titles show up in other places, like the Game Gear Games in Adventure or hell, Sonic Advance 2 actually releasing on the Wii U's Virtual Console, I just see it as very unlikely, if not impossible, to see Battle again. Can you imagine an updated version of this game with more characters, more extras, and online multiplayer? That would be the tits. But for now, this game is just relegated as a nice little dipping into another type of gameplay for the Blue Blur. Sonic in fighting games just seems like a cool concept, but not a lot of people are attempting it. We've seen Sonic in Smash, which is the closest we'll ever get, but again, the fans are up to the task, creating mods and hacks for Sonic Battle, or just making their own fighting game entirely, like Sonic Smackdown. Except Gather Battle. Yeah, that guy can go fuck himself. But hopefully, one day, we'll see Sonic putting them up again for another go with the genre. Till the next time, stay safe, boys.